today we're doing area of composite figures. Okay. A composite figure is made up of two or more shapes. We can find the area of a composite figure by decomposing the figure into familiar shapes and then add or subtract the area of each shape. Basically, today's assignment, we're going to be adding on these shapes. These are some examples of composite figures. And when you're looking at these, you want to see that if I draw a line here, I make a rectangle here. If I draw a line here, I make a rectangle here. And then I have a third rectangle here. So if I take this area plus this area plus this area, I'm going to get the whole composite shape. Okay. On this one, this is shaded. All this is shaded. So what I want to do is find this whole box. I want to find that area of that shape, and then I want to subtract this trapezoid shape right in here. And so I'm going to subtract that area to find my shaded region. Okay. On this one, I've got two figures. I've got a rectangle here and a trapezoid here. So those are my two figures that I can add together. And on this one over here, I have the one square or rectangle. And then I have a semicircle and a semicircle. So these two pieces make one circle. And then this shape and this shape, these two pieces make the second circle. Okay, so that's how you would do these. So our examples today, most of the time in your example, it will tell you what shapes you want it to be. So I'm going to find my rectangle and my triangle. So if I draw a line right through here, then here is my rectangle and here is my triangle. So I'm going to go through and add some labels. So this is 6 meters. This is 15. So that makes this side also 6 meters. This is 4. This is 5, and this whole thing all the way across is 15. So this section in here is 15 minus 5, which makes it 10. So this area is 10, this is 5, the whole thing is 15. So now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say my rectangle. And then my triangle. Okay. Now I'm going to go through and find my formula for my rectangle is A equals base times height. I'm getting that from my formula chart that you should have, that you will have on test and everything else. And then my triangle, my formula is area equals half of base times height. Once again, is the formulas that we've been using. And now I'm going to plug in my values. My base is 15 and my height is 6 for my rectangle. For my triangle, it's half of my base, which is 4, times my height, which is 10. Now I'm just going to go through and multiply. 15 times 6 is 90. And then I've got a half times 4. Half of 4 is 2 times 10, so that gives me 20. So now to find the whole shape, I'm going to add these two together. Get 90 plus 20 is 110 meters squared. This example, once again, it's telling me triangle and trapezoid. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to find my triangle, which is here, and my trapezoid is here. And I'm going to come here and label triangle. My formula is area equals half of base times height. And I'm going to plug in my values of 1/2 times 2 times 4. And then I'm going to come over to my trapezoid. And I'm going to do area equals half of base 1 plus base 2 times height. Then I'm going to plug in my numbers. Half times base 1 is 6. Base 2 is 4. Here's my 6. Here's my 4. Those are my two bases. Times my height, which is 4.6. So now I'm going to go through and do the math. Half of 2 is 1. And so my area of that triangle is 4. Okay, this is 10. Half of 10 gives me 5. So 5 times 4.6. We're going to save the math. And we get 23. And so when I do the whole thing, I'm going to add them two together and I get 27 centimeters squared. So it's not hard, it's just you have to take the time to do the steps. One last example. This one, we don't have the chart. So what we're going to start with is we're going to find, we need a triangle, a rectangle, and a semicircle. So I'm going to label my triangle, my rectangle, and my semicircle. Okay, I'm going to go through and label my stuff. This is my diameter, so my diameter is 4. That makes my radius 2, because diameter, radius is half of the diameter. So this side is 6, because it's 6, so this part over here is 4. So, and this is 4, so that means this is 4. So now I've got all my pieces. And now I'm going to make a chart, and I got my triangle, my rectangle, and my semicircle. And I need my formula, my numbers, and then my area. So I'm going to start off with my triangle. My formula is area equals half of base times height. So I'm going to do half of my base is 4, of my height is 4. So I've got half of 4 is 2. 2 times 4 is 8. Okay. Now I'm going to do my rectangle. My area of my rectangle is area equals base times height. So my base is 6 height is 4. 6 times 4 is 24. Now my semicircle. My semicircle is, area of a circle is pi r squared. To do a semicircle, that means it's half of the circle. So I'm just going to put half here. So I've already got it there. So I've got 1/2 times 3.14 times my radius, because remember we had to find our radius, 2 times 2. So I'm going to take my half here and cancel my 2 out. So now I've got 3.14 times 2, which gives me 6.28. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these numbers together. So I get 8, 24, and 6.28. Line up my decimal points, so I get 28, and ended up getting 38.28 centimeters squared. So once again, it's not hard. You just have to know the shapes and do each step and then add it all together.